There's a force in all of us that science knows nothing about, the force of fear.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Induced Fear YouTube channel, where you can watch us talk about spooky stuff. And if you don't want to do that, then you can go and listen to us on any podcast, or just look up Induced Fear, and you'll find us there. But for this video, I'm going to scare Tait here with some spooky ghost stories while there's a thunderstorm about to happen.
I'm so scared.
Cue the lightning and thunder. Okay, there you go.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah. My
This
butt's
first
puckering.
one. Your butt's puckering. All right. When I was little, I had a loft bed with a desk underneath. I've always been a pretty heavy sleeper. I could fall asleep at a concert. So it was strange when I began waking up at 3 in the morning every morning. What was even more strange is that there were noises coming from the attic. Shuffling and knocking, boxes moving. My 9-year-old brain rationalized it as an animal or a bird that had gotten in. After a few weeks of crappy sleep, I decided to knock on the ceiling.
No, don't do that.
Because I was bored and I had interacted with whatever was up there.
Yeah,
in
now the
attic.
ghost knows where you can sleep.
Well, I mean, the ghost can just poke its head through the ceiling.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think that far.
I waited in silence for a few minutes until...
Maybe the ghost didn't know the layout of the house and they thought maybe that was the only room there, is the attic. Anyway, continue. I'm scared.
I waited in silence for a few minutes until I was about to fall back to sleep. From the ceiling a foot away from my face, because again, she sleeps on a loft bed, so she's closer to the ceiling.
Oh god, it is gonna pop out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was the same knock that she heard back as a response. It gradually stopped over the years, but I still wake up every night. It's weird because it only happened in my room, and I slept fine in hotels and other houses. 13 years later, I've been getting weird vibes around my house. I feel like I'm being watched. I sometimes hear someone saying my name, most notably before bed. Whatever it is very close to my ear. I can feel their breath as they whisper, and it freaks me out so much that it takes hours to go back to sleep. The shuffling in the attic also started up again, and I don't want to knock back anymore. There's something weird that happens. Things get moved. My dogs and cats stare at the same blank spot. But these are just what's been currently happening. I just don't want it to happen anymore.
Move out.
How scared would you be if like you were asleep and you just felt the breath of somebody like
I'm
whispering
frightened.
in your ear?
Stop. What are they saying? What did her name?
They were saying her
Stop.
name.
I don't like that. I heard breathing when I was trying to sleep the other day.
You hear the wind.
No. The wind doesn't go.
So you hear me snore.
That wasn't you.
Where do you hear it?
In the room.
Where in their room?
Okay, so if I'm sleeping and I face this way, then it's that way behind me, and then I turn around and I'm like, okay, well I'm gonna face it because I don't know, maybe it's better, and then it's on that side. And then I hear it on the other side.
When was this?
And this was like a couple of nights ago. And then I went, and the weirdest thing was I went and I rolled over. And then like, I don't know, like 30 seconds after I rolled over, the bed shook. I'm like, but I stopped moving. Why did it shake? And that's when I kept just hearing like breathing, like going behind me no matter which way I turned. I'm so scared. But anyway, that's really scary.
That is pretty scary.
I would move out. She's 22 now. Move out.
Yeah, somebody told them to burn the house down.
I saw there was this old Unsolved Mysteries, and it was one of the ghost ones, so it was like extra spooky.
Oh, my favorite ones.
And they mentioned in the beginning of the episode that this family had gotten like this new bunk bed for like the 2 boys, and like there was a lot of spooky stuff, like demonic, I guess, spooky stuff. Like scratches on the kids and like poltergeisty stuff, like the pictures falling over and
classic
like,
stuff.
The walls bleeding.
Okay.
Like, you know, like really scary.
Yeah,
No, it was
classic
like
haunting stuff.
It like escalated really hard, and they moved like to another house because it got really bad and like the kids were being like tormented, but they also busted down that bunk bed. They broke it down and threw it away.
Because they thought that was haunted?
Yeah, because it started right after they got the bunk bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they moved in. And I remember thinking the whole time in the episode, get rid of the bunk bed, get rid of the bunk bed. Why do you got the bunk bed? And I was watching my grandparents, my grandfather was like, they gotta get rid of the bunk bed. Like, it seemed like a no-brainer. But they did at the end.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they got rid of it.
So, I don't know. I was like, when I heard the loft bed, I thought of the haunted bunk bed and those kids, and it was really scary.
Maybe, but
I don't know, is
she doesn't
furniture
have
haunted now?
anything can be haunted.
Just bring in a ghost with the cheap couch.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bleep that.
Sorry, with the effing cheap couch.
You ready for the next one?
Yeah, you can't have anything nice.
When I was a younger child,
Oh gosh, okay.
I remember seeing a glowing red eyes
Nope.
hanging in the air,
Dude.
in the dark of the living room.
That's when you missed me.
I thought our house had werewolves or vampires.
Perfectly logical.
There was a phase in 3rd grade when the glowing orbs would hang out there in the room for several minutes at a time, which I interpreted as aliens. So they went from
Vampires to aliens.
yeah,
Vampiric aliens.
vampiric aliens
With green blood.
with green blood. My child mind was trying to make sense of these things, but I could definitely feel the fear, especially because it was the dark part of the house. Most places were fine in the dark. In our house, I always felt like I was being watched by something with malicious or at best neutral intentions. Those are two different things.
Yeah. I would definitely feel the difference between someone that has malicious and
And then
someone that
neutral.
doesn't like give a damn about me.
I was like, those are way two different things.
No, yeah.
Paranormal things ramped up for me in high school. But to remain chronological, I had a cousin that would stay at our house one summer while most of us were on vacation
Unusually
between.
malicious things happen
Yeah.
to them.
My cousin Billy was helping my dad with. You thinking of Billy from? Okay. What was it from? Oh God, it's gonna say a lot of Billy.
Okay.
My cousin Billy was helping my dad with various projects. One night, my cousin was going to bed in one bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Why don't they sleep in the same room?
Later, they dubbed it the spooky room.
Okay. That's unsettling.
Okay, outside in the dark, he saw a figure leaving our garage and the area where our house is.
I'm all scared something's gonna come up behind me.
He thought that it was his dad.
Yeah.
Right? No.
Mm.
So he says, he hears, "Billy, Billy, Billy, help me." My cousin heard my father shouting. Billy rushed to go and check on my father, but he had been sleeping. And when he went into the room, the dad seemed angry about Billy's presence because he woke him up.
Uh-huh.
But he was just responding to somebody yelling,
Stay
"Billy, Billy,
possessed.
Billy, help." My cousin heard this shouting.
If you yell
Over
for
and
help
over.
from me, I'm not gonna answer.
He heard it over and over again. Again, cousin Billy rushed into the room to check on my father, who was fine and confused about Billy's urgency. He went to sleep on the couch that night and didn't learn about this until years later. So the dad got irritated, got up, went to go sleep on the couch so the kid wouldn't go into the room bugging him.
Yeah.
The dad didn't get that story until later on in life. But Billy is probably like tormented by this story in his life, like constantly hearing somebody yell for help and
That's
then
so
that
scary.
person not actually being awake.
What if it was a raven?
What?
A raven. I learned that they speak good English.
Oh, you think it's shouting, "Billy, Billy, Billy,
Yeah.
help me"?
Yeah. It's only 3 words.
Okay. A couple of years later, my brothers moved away to college, and I moved into his old bedroom, the spooky room. It's my freshman year of high school, and I was always particularly creeped out by this room.
Don't
But
go
hey,
in.
new changes are often intimidating, right? One morning, I wake up to see a skull perfectly drawn in the dust of the window. This was your face.
Now you
This
lost
is
me.
where you draw the line.
Now you lost me. I don't think ghosts have artistic abilities.
I don't know.
I mean, maybe in a past life, but I think they're like kindergarten skill.
I guess. What kind of skull though? You think it was just like a little cheesy one? It could have been like a little cartoon.
Well, I figured it'd be a little cartoon, but I don't think a ghost would do that. I don't think they have the ability to do that.
No one had access to the room except me and my parents, who were not pranksters by any means. Not pranksters.
Clearly, Dad was mean because he scolded Billy.
Yeah. They showed their mom the drawing, and then the mom proceeded to just wipe the skull away.
Big mistake, Mom.
Yeah. A couple weeks later, I'm studying in the bedroom at night, and the lights are on. So that the windows turn into mirrors. So I guess so you can see the reflection better when the lights are on.
Yeah.
When I see in the reflection a white silhouette standing behind me. I hold my gaze for maybe 10 seconds, just trying to grasp what I'm looking at. I eventually turn my head and see nothing.
Keep looking in the camera just to see if there's something behind me.
I look back at the window and see nothing in the reflection. I slept on the couch for the next few nights after that.
I'm sleeping over at my friend's house forever.
Bleep that.
Oops, sorry. Boop.
Of course, over the course of weeks, I would see more things drawn in the dust in the window.
Picasso, huh?
Generally, it's scribbles and shapes, so not Picasso, just scribbles.
Excuse me, have you seen a Picasso?
Scribbles and shapes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm scared they might be some sort of curse or something, so
Maybe
I wipe
it's
them
a
away.
witch. Maybe a witch is coming by and putting curses, and then the curses are unleashing ghosts.
Could be.
Could be.
Could be.
Okay.
So they wipe them away. Out of curiosity, I would put a sticky note on the window and say, "Please write below."
Did you leave a pen? Did you assume that the ghost had a pen?
Yeah. Several days later, a perfect circle appears around the note.
Guess he did have a pen.
Yeah.
See, when they hear the scribblings and the writings, I was spooked, and then I get unspooked because I'm like, this doesn't sound very legit, but then it keeps going and I get re-spooked.
Yeah.
I really don't know how I feel right now.
This was the majority of things happening throughout their high school years. They say, I avoided that side of the house like a plague. Little things here and there, but nothing huge until it's senior year of high school. I'm in the living room with my mother watching TV, and the clothes in the dryer finish. The dryer is directly in the hallway, right across from the spooky room.
Okay.
I suck it up and head over there to empty the machine, getting my usual feeling of immense dread and paranoia as I enter that side of the house. I bend over and start unloading the laundry, and my mind goes blank, and I lose all control of my motor functions. My arms go limp, and beyond my control, my body stands up, and I hear a masculine voice take a deep breath and hiss in my ear. I immediately regain control of my body and get the F out of there. I like as I go through the story, you're like, I'm spooked, and then back to being spooked, and then
You lost me.
Around this time period, my aunt comes to stay with us for a month or two. She has no idea what I've experienced, but literally her first day there, the bathroom door slams hard on her, and she immediately has to smudge the house and ward off whatever's there. Just at the end of it, he or she specifies, I've had other experiences,
Okay.
and these are them.
So this has nothing to do with the house.
Nothing to do with the house.
Okay.
That was that. All right. This one starts out by saying, my friend Karl's last apartment had 2 ghosts.
Oh.
Count them, 2.
They get you when there's 2.
One was a little girl who would play with your hair while you were just hanging out in the living room, as well as running along, hitting the vertical blinds.
Fair enough.
The second, I never saw or heard, but I did feel him. One night, I locked myself out of the apartment, so I asked to crash at Karl's place.
Okay.
But he told me, don't go into his room. There is a male ghost there who will tell you that you don't belong there. His previous roommate had several friends crash in his room, and a tall black shadow opened the door and said, "Get out," to all of them.
That'd be pretty cool. Ghost bodyguard, ghost security. Sorry, this is not your room.
Get the hell out of my room.
You're gonna have to go. This is Karl's room.
This would freak them the hell out.
I wouldn't mind that kind of ghost.
So here I am on the couch in the living room, head on the end of the couch that looks down the hall to the bedrooms and bathroom.
Don't go to it. Respect Karl's
room.
room.
I swear I was being watched. Then it hit me. I needed to pee. We've all been there.
Karl's bed, the best place to go in the house.
No, looking at the bathroom, not Karl's.
Yeah. Well, then what if the ghost is only in Karl's room? Who cares?
Well, we'll
Bathroom's off limits too now? Because you didn't mention that. That was not part of the original rules.
And the room to the right across from it, was Karl's bedroom. So the bathroom is right next to Karl's room.
Okay.
Fantastic,
but if he doesn't go into Karl's room, where's Karl?
He was at work.
Oh, Karl's a night shift worker.
I guess.
You're good for him.
So I slowly creeped down the hall, and about 5 feet from my goal, I said, "Hey man, I just need to go to the bathroom." Mm-hmm. Then it felt like a cloud of energy got pulled back.
Karl's gonna be like, "Why does my sink smell like this?"
So they ended up seeing what appeared to be like a shadow peek out of Karl's room, and then go back as soon as they said.
Fair enough.
They said, "Hey, I just need to go pee. I'm not gonna go inside Karl's room."
But if he's just guarding Karl's room, would he be like?
What does Karl have
by
in
the
there?
door?
What is Karl hiding from everybody that he has a ghost bodyguard?
Where do you get a ghost security
Is
team?
he some type of warlock that can
Could
summon?
be. I would think a warlock for sure. Yeah.
I don't know.
Karl's suspicious. Why is he working at night?
I think this person should dig into Karl.
Call the authorities.
Call the authorities and say we got a warlock on our hands.
Definitely,
here.
because he's doing something weird at night.
He is. So when they asked that, the ghost went back into the room, let them go pee.
It's a pretty friendly ghost.
As soon as they went pee, they just ran back to the couch and immediately felt that presence come back into the hallway to guard Karl's room again.
I don't know. I would stay up outside in my car before I slept in a ghost house. I would try to climb. I would scale the building in which I lived in to find a window to sleep at home before I slept in the ghost house. It was Karl the Warlock.
Karl the Warlock.
Karlock.
There you go.
I don't trust him.
With his shadow bodyguard.
He is up to something, but I also am intrigued and want to have security of ghost variety.
Maybe it'll keep out other ghosts too.
Oh, yeah, because you're like dual.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
That wasn't very scary.
No, but
I don't believe that one was true. I don't think ghosts are helpful and nice. I think you're rude. I think they breathe in your ear when you're trying to sleep.
Like the first one?
Like the one that bothers me.
Oh.
And then they put their fingers in your ear, and that's how they get into your nightmares.
You ready for one last one?
Yes.
Yeah?
No, well, I'm like on a scared factor level 2.
Level 2?
Yeah.
You want something really?
No.
You want something really scary?
Not really.
Okay, this one won't be really scary. Okay.
Okay.
Alright. I used to live in a basement apartment when I was in grad school.
Okay.
The landlady lived in the main house, and while she herself was super nice and cool, her house always felt really off to me.
It smelled like tuna.
Yeah. However, she charged a reasonable amount of rent.
What amount of rent? Like, okay, let's say there's a really haunted house, right? It's like really haunted, like uncomfortably haunted. Like, you can't even take a shower without the shower curtain, like, whoosh, coming in at you and like weird stuff.
Okay.
What price? Like, what's it like? If a place was like 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, $750 a month, like.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
What if it was like $1,400 a month?
$1,400 a month? Yeah, I get 2 bedrooms, 2 baths.
Yeah. What if it was $2,000 a month? Or like, are you only renting because it's a good price, or because you want to be haunted? Because I
don't think that's
you're
a good
weird.
price.
No, I'm saying the $750, but I'm just saying. But you're also weird, so I feel like you would kind of also choose a place because it's allegedly haunted.
Nah, I wouldn't spend $2,000 on a haunted place.
Okay, that's good to know.
I wouldn't want to do
like
that.
if it was like $300 a month,
Mhm.
and it was like a nice place, but it was like really haunted, I already don't sleep.
Yeah, because apparently our place is haunted now.
Just the closet and the bedroom. Well, I'm not the closet anymore.
Yeah.
It's moved out.
All right. About a week or two after I moved in, I had gone to bed, and the apartment, which was pitch black at night.
Why don't you have lights?
I don't know.
I would
Well,
turn
they're
on
going to
the
bed.
lights.
They're going to bed, so they click off the
I
lights.
don't care. Nightlight.
If my landlady ever wanted to speak to me, I would hear the door above the stairs unlock, and she would call out to me. It'd be really weird. I wouldn't want to live in a place where like
They
the
can
person
just come
above.
into your
Yeah. One night, I heard movement on the steps, but I didn't hear the door unlock, and it was probably 2 a.m.
Oh no.
She certainly didn't call me or anything, saying that she needed to talk to me. I hear these heavy steps descending down the stairs.
Yep.
And I'm so scared that I shrink further into my bed to hide.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The floor begins to creak towards my door.
Blanket over the head, right? I hope.
Yeah.
Huh?
And then nothing for a few seconds. I'm not sure if it's safe to relax or go back to bed.
Nope.
When I hear the door knobs start to turn. My fear makes me so scared that I pull the covers over my head to hide.
That's a safe place to go.
I prayed the whole time under the covers. Next thing I know, it's finally morning. I stayed in that apartment for 2 years and would constantly hear the steps going up and down the stairs and my door being opened in the middle of the night.
I just remembered something.
What?
The other girl that said like the attic thingy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about those freaking weirdos that live in the attic.
Yeah.
And they like pull the fucking bleeping boards, and they look down at you when you're sleeping. I don't know what's scarier, that or a ghost.
People.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know because
would be scarier.
It's debatable. I don't know. Yeah, a creep watching you sleep is creepy and scary.
A creep
but you
is
could,
only
like, get
is
rid of
gonna
them.
progressively get
Oh,
worse.
that's true.
A ghost you can get rid of.
That's
Easy.
true. Imagine you're sleeping and you're facing up, and like there's a guy in the floorboard, and he opens and he just spits right on you when you're sleeping. Disgusting.
I always think that's you spitting on me.
What?
I always think it's you spitting on
Why
me.
would I spit on you? I don't understand.
Because it's not that you're the creep in the story.
It's true. I would stand over you like if
Yeah.
you were sleeping. I would stand over you like this and look down.
Yeah. And then just.
Yeah.
And then if they wake up, like, what are you
What
doing?
did
You
you-
go back to sleep.
Nothing. But then this one, okay, like you hear the footsteps and you're going to your blanket, but what if it's not a ghost and it's an axe murderer?
What if it's
That's
the
not a
lady?
good place. With an axe.
Yeah. She's the axe murderer.
Oh my god, that's not a good place to hide then. You know the
Of
grudge
course.
ruined hiding under the blankets for me?
Oh, because when you put the covers over, you'd see the little ghost
Uh-huh.
boy pop up.
It's not safe anymore.
It's not
You
safe.
took the one thing I had.
Who ever thought, like, the blankets are going to protect me?
I think because it's a ghost, so it can't kill you, and it's just gonna look scary. So if you put it over your head, you don't have to see it.
Yeah, but then
But
it
at the
could
same
peek
time,
through.
I don't want my back to a ghost.
I would just think, like, okay, a ghost can peek through the covers.
Maybe it doesn't have good eyesight.
I don't know.
Maybe it thinks you're just a lump of laundry on the bed. You got to do that. You have to put a lump of laundry on the bed. Don't fold it for at least 2 weeks. I'm not done.
But isn't that what scares people too? Aren't there those
No,
memes?
I'm not done. I'm not done. Yeah, those are scary at night. But you put a lump of laundry on the bed. You don't fold it for 2 weeks, and then things get wrinkled, so you have to rewash it. But then you fold it. It always keeps the ghosts on their toes because they never know if it's a lump of laundry or you sleeping. So I gotta switch it up.
You're very smart when it comes
I
to
know.
ghosts.
I'm dealing with them 24/7. Actually, it's like 24.
I don't understand, because I don't deal with any ghosts in here.
Because you're not in the same room and they're tormenting me.
Yeah, because you keep being scared. You can't be
I'm
scared.
not scared. I'm scared.
You are scared.
I'm a little scared.
You text me every day that you're scared.
Yeah, but at nighttime, I'm brave.
That's right.
That's a lie.
Because you got all that laundry on the bed.
Yeah, and they don't know.
Yeah.
I don't sleep with laundry on the bed. I actually fold it and put it away. Well, put it in a basket, but it's folded. I'm scared.
Are you?
Yeah.
You were scared of that one?
I'm terrified of
Okay.
things catching me.
All right. Did you want
Footsteps.
one more?
No, because I go to sleep at night thinking of that one story where the guy had paralyzation, sleep paralyzed.
Sleep paralysis.
Thank you. And the lady in the black came crawling up to him. Do you remember that one? Oh my God. I think of that all the time. Just gonna get you.
Did I ever tell you my sleep paralysis story that involved you?
No?
No?
Yes? No? I think so.
We'll tell it so people can hear
Oh
it.
God, I don't want to hear it.
So,
Mm-mm.
you had gone to sleep, and I was on the couch just watching TV late at night, or playing games, one of the two.
Oh God.
And at one moment, I was just staring at my phone, and then I hear the door open for you to get out
Stop.
and walk into the
Because there's
bathroom.
a freaking demon back there.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
not. Wasn't
Oh,
at this
okay.
place.
Okay. Oh, whatever. It's following me. Continue. I'm having a panic attack.
Bleep that.
Sorry, bleep that. Having a panic attack.
So I hear you go into the bathroom,
Yeah.
and then I don't hear.
I'm gonna throw up.
I don't hear the door close. So then I just see you walk back out.
Stop! I'm gonna throw up.
So-
Sorry, I'm gonna throw up.
So I get up and I go. As soon as you're walking back into the room, I go and follow you. And when I open the door, you're just asleep in bed.
Why would you leave me in there?
You're just asleep in bed. So I'm just thinking, okay,
How's that sleep paralysis? That's.
okay, but I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
telling
Okay.
you.
I'm freaking out. Okay, continue.
So then I go back and I'm going back to watching TV, and I decide to lay down on the couch
But why would you let me stay in there?
because I just thought
You're
I just,
terrible.
I just
Wow,
thought,
I can't even trust you.
I just thought you got back and went back to
That
bed really
quick?
fast. Yeah.
That quick.
Yeah.
Am I known to be moving that fast at night?
No, but you are
I'm
violent.
sorry, I'm screaming. I'm a little hysterical.
It'll be a good way to close out this video.
For who?
But then I go back and I lay on the couch, and this time I have my phone in my face as I'm laying down,
Yeah.
and I start to hear you come out of the room again.
Yeah.
So I think you're going into the bathroom again,
Yeah.
and then I just hear the footsteps
Stop.
walking up to me. As soon as I pull my phone away from my face, that's when it's just the shadow there, and I'm stuck.
Good.
In sleep
Good.
paralysis.
Good. Because you should have never let me sleep in that room alone with a shadow monster. You
Bleep
should have walked your ass. Sorry, I'm gonna bleep a lot of stuff. I'm upset. You should have walked yourself into the bedroom and said, "I just went to sleep there." I don't know.
I want to stay up watching TV.
I'm gonna throw up. No, that's really messed
And it
up.
was
I
because-
can't trust you. I can't trust you on anything because think about it. Because sometimes I think, okay, well, if there's like a really bad ghost or like a demon, right? I could just scream for you, right? I was just like, help, and you'll come. No, because the other morning.
I like when you laugh like that when you're about to say something.
The other morning, I went to the bathroom. And I didn't have my phone because I don't bring my phone to the bathroom. To just go, quick pee, and
With the spider?
yes, and there was a spider on the door, like the whole door sill, whatever, and it was right by the door. It was right by the doorknob, so I clearly could not wash my hand because the sink was by the doorknob,
Yeah.
and I couldn't open the door, and. It's like 5 a.m. and I'm just in the bathroom screaming for him. Like progressively, I'm getting louder. At first, I'm just like, Gert.
Yeah.
Cause like the neighbor, they could definitely like if you're being loud, they could hear it. So I didn't want to be really loud and wake her up at 5 a.m. And I'm like, I'm screaming for him, like literally screaming for like. For 15 minutes, I'm screaming his name.
Hey, she's screaming for 15 minutes, she said. I hear her scream. I get up, and she says there's a giant spider.
It was big. It was like that.
It was like this big.
You're clearly wrong, because including the legs, it was probably like that.
Yeah, it was a small spider.
It's pretty big.
And sadly, I killed the spider. Because I tried to grab it, and I kill it. And then I go, okay. And then she says, I was calling you for hours. I've been stuck in here for hours.
I was really upset. I wanted to feel bad.
And then immediately the next morning, she was like, yeah, I was stuck in there for like 15 minutes.
That's still a long time to be stuck in the bathroom at 5 in the morning. I was tired. It was hot.
I know, but your response was hours. I've been in here screaming for hours. This has nothing to do with ghosts, anything.
No, it does. It does. Because, my makeup is running down my face. Clearly, it has everything to do with spiders because, it has everything to do with ghosts because if there was a ghost in the bedroom and I was scared and I was calling for you, I'd be dead.
No.
Or whatever they do. The shadow thing, it probably entered inside of me and it becomes dual.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, that was the one time.
My God.
That was the one time sleep paralysis has
That's so
used.
scary. Okay,
used
remember
the
that
image
actually vaguely.
Use the image of you
That's so scary.
to get me.
Yeah, and now I know. You will, there could be a doppelganger ghost of me walking around. You don't even know the difference. I can tell. If there is a doppelganger ghost of you, I would know. I would immediately know.
I don't know what to say.
That's
I
number
failed.
one. You
I
failed
failed.
twice. I'm sorry. You're getting hysterical because you failed 2 times.
What,
the
with
third
Because
time.
you were locked in the room for hours. Well.
But yeah, now I know. I can't count on you for shit. Bleep that twice. I'm really mad.
So yeah.
Laugh and smile. I'm all upset. I'm bothered.
You're tearing up. But you're not tearing up because you're crying. You're tearing up because you're laughing.
But I'm upset.
But yeah, that was the one time I did that, and I remember hearing those footsteps.
Good. I should have bit your nose.
But we did have weird things happen because remember when we had Jerry and we would hear his toy kind of get bapped. Yeah. And I was like, oh, he's playing in the room. And then
he's right next to us.
Right next to us. But yeah, so there's my haunted tale of when sleep paralysis took the form of this one here.
And I can't trust you. You can't even tell the difference between me and a ghost. Okay, so what if there's a thing?
You do a lot of weird stuff.
What if there's a thing and a witch makes me into a doppelganger, or a doppelganger witch takes my form, and you have to kill one of us? You wouldn't know who to kill. Yeah. Good, you deserve that. You live your life with the mean witch because she's gonna bite your face.
Okay.
I'm mad. I'm upset. I wouldn't know the difference between you and a ghost.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
You'd be too scared.
Because I could tell the difference between hearing your snoring and hearing ghosts breathing behind me.
The ghost would do the same thing.
No.
It would do the exact same thing as me.
I would know because it's like one of those things where it's like spot the difference.
Okay.
I would spot the difference.
Well, we'll see.
I'd be like, Gert doesn't have horns.
Okay.
Just pretty suspicious.
So that was one of those moments where I was like, oh, she's probably in a deep
Why would
sleep
I go
still,
pee with the door open?
But the thing that was weird was that you went in and then immediately just walked out, and I said, are you okay?
That's suspicious.
I said, are you okay?
Yeah.
And that's when I got up.
Clearly it was not okay.
I got up and you just went back to sleep, and I go, okay, so she's fine. She went back to sleep. And then the ghost was like, haha, I gotcha. Here's paralysis. And that was it. That's the story.
It's terrifying.
So we read some meh ghost stories. Meh ghost stories on Reddit.
Yeah.
One spooked you, I think, the whisper one.
Well, the other one scared me too.
Was the stairs?
Yeah, that one scared me the most.
All right.
Because I don't want to be hearing
that
footsteps.
was the one I thought that was meh the most.
What do you mean? That's really scary.
All right.
Someone's walking down the stairs.
Mission accomplished for the video.
I cried.
Thank you everyone for watching and listening. We got to scare Tait here. She's upset.
I'm upset. I have tears in my eyes.
So comment nice things to her.
Yeah.
Like the video, subscribe. That'll make her feel better.
Okay, don't subscribe. You're mean. You should be punished.
It's not my fault. Yeah, do all the YouTube
Yeah,
nonsense.
for every like is a punishment to
Yeah.
you.
Okay. For every like is a punishment to me for scaring Tate here. And apparently not telling
tears in my eyes.
and apparently not telling the difference between ghost version of her and the real her.
Yeah, if you are a guy or a girl, anybody that's dating anybody, would you know the difference between your ghost version and your real version of the person you're with? Probably would, because you're not a jerk. Treat me like a jerk.
But thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed this one.
I didn't.
Bye.
Bye.